My name's Josh. I work here at Terrapin Glassblowing Studio. I graduated from Franklin Pierce College, or University, just last year with an environmental science degree, and I've been working with glass for almost 3 full years now. So the history of glass begins 35,000 years ago when when Phoenician sailors set a campfire out on the beach. And in the morning, when the campfire settled, they found molten glass underneath the sand. This is the first discovery of glass. Although it's just a tale, which may or not be true, it definitely describes the history of the way glass is formed. Glass is formed from 3 basic components. The former, which is most commonly known as sand or silica. The flux, which is a material that allows the glass to melt at a much lower temperature, as silica melts at around 3,000 degrees, and a stabilizer to make the glass more durable and resistant to water, as the flux actually makes glass a water-soluble material. Between these 3, glass is formed or has been presented with different formulas over the ages, different batches, and different colors for that matter, that make for various types of glass. The oldest form of glass that we have found in history are beads and amulets, just solid objects. It wasn't until 1500 BC that vessels began to be found through archaeological digs in Mesopotamia. These vessels were not blown as they are today. They were core-formed vessels. Core-formed vessels are created from a large chunk of clay or dung on a stick, which was then which glass was then applied around multiple times in the forms of threads and melted on frit. At the very end of the process, when it's fully cooled down, the glassmaker can then remove the core made of clay and leave a hollow vessel behind. This was the method of making glass for another 1,500 years, and core-formed vessels were extremely hard to make and very rare, and only reserved for the highest of classes. And it wasn't until 50 BC in the Roman Empire that they discovered glass blowing, in which they gathered hot glass on the end of a hollow tube and blew through it. This allowed for glass to be manufactured in a more mass production sort of way, and suddenly glass was available to the masses. Molds were eventually created too, which allowed for even more mass production to be happening, as they could blow the same vessel over and over again. After 50 BC, glass sort of drifted through the trade routes and made its way to China. Then through the Middle Ages, glass sort of died out, along with many of the other things in Western society. But it wasn't until the 1200s when Venice became a major trade destination between the East and the West that glass actually took root there. In 1200, the Glassmakers Guild was formed in Venice, and in 1291, the glassmakers were exiled to the island of Murano, where the fires from the furnaces could not harm the rest of the city. They were also exiled to Murano to be kept as slaves so that Venice could monopolize the world glass industry at the time. Penalty for leaving the island of Murano as a glassmaker was death, but oftentimes they made it out anyway, and glass moved up north into what is now Germany, Switzerland, France. After this, glass continued to be dominated by the Venetians for hundreds of years, and however, since the glassmakers did escape the island of Murano, they were able to go further around the world, and even in 1607, a large group of glassmakers from Italy were actually brought over to Jamestown to start the first glass shop in North America. Various glass shops have appeared throughout North America, mostly making commercial vessels as a craft rather than an art form. It wasn't until the 1960s that the studio glass movement really took off under Labino and Littleton, who really pioneered the studio glass movement in America. since the 1960s, everything has really taken off and has given us the ability to do what we do today, creating large forms, abstract things, works of art really, instead of a craft. And that brings us to today, where we have a shop here in Jaffrey, New Hampshire.
To begin class, we have to talk about safety. Everybody's got safety glasses. Glass is really predictable when it's hot. It wants to stick together. But when it starts getting cold, it can start cracking and popping, which is what our safety glasses are here for. Make sure that you don't stick your head around any of these trash buckets without your safety glasses. That's where all the rods go to cool, and sometimes the glass will pop up. There's a lot of metal in the shop. Don't just grab something, ease your way into it. It could be hot. We've got a water jug over in the corner, so it can get kind of hot in here. If you feel dizzy or need to take a break, sit down, relax, drink some water. We don't want anybody to pass out on us. Our last measure of safety there are quite a few people in the shop today, so make sure that we're communicating where we're going. I'm coming through, I'm right behind you, that way nobody gets burnt. All right? So a couple of you have taken classes here before, but we're just gonna start fresh so everybody's up to date. So if you want to get on up and come over here where it's nice and warm. And so once you start warming up, just be really careful about the fabric of your sweaters. When we're getting really close to the heat, that's not the best fabric to be having next to it, okay? You can leave it on for now while I'm talking. I know it's cold. So if you want to come on over here, I'll go over the equipment with you. So this is our pipe warmer. We've got hollow blowpipes and we've got solid rods. So we start off, we make solid pieces, and then once we get more practice, we can start making blown objects. Glass won't stick to the rods unless they're hot. So the pipe warmer preheats everything for us so that it's red hot and ready to use when we want to use it. We take our rod or blowpipe and we come over here to the furnace. This runs at 2075 degrees all the time. When I open the door, you'll see the rim of a big ceramic pot. It holds 135 pounds of melted glass, so there's a pool of glass inside. So come on over and you can take a peek. So you can see the rim, and if you look maybe like 4 or 5 inches down, you can kind of see the level of glass. If you can't see it, don't worry about it, because when we're going in with our rod, it'll produce a shadow and we'll be able to tell where it is. So we gather our material from the furnace and we come over to our workstation. Right now we have 2 workstations that we could be using. We have a 3rd glory hole, but this is our hot and ready one. This is our glory hole. It's for reheating. So the second the glass comes out of the furnace, it's already started to cool down. Glass moves best when it's hot. So we reheat it in the glory hole to get it hot enough to work with it. And then we sit at our workbench, which is right behind you, and use our tools to manipulate the glass in the manner which we choose. When we're finished, we put it in those boxes right over there. So those are called the annealers. They run at 960 degrees all day long. We put all of our finished work in there. At the end of the day, we run it through a program where it slowly comes down to room temperature overnight at a rate where the glass won't fracture or crack. I'm going to start off, it seems kind of silly, by just having you guys all practice spinning the rod and getting in and out of the bench. It makes it a lot easier for later. So this hand's underneath, and we spin with our fingertips, and we spin nice and slow and steady. And whenever you're comfortable with that, you lift up, and you guys want to scooch over. You rest on the bench. Ready? I'm going to show you. So we come on up, we rest on the bench, we open the door to let ourselves in, and then we sit close to our tools. Okay. So if you want to practice that, it's cool. It just makes it easier for later when we're trying to balance the glass. We've already gotten that motion down. So rest on the bench, open the door. Yep. We're going to sit right up close to our tools. So we're going to rest our rod right here. This hand is not going to touch right here because it's hot. So this hand does the tool work, and this hand does the rolling. So we roll with our palms or our fingers, nice and smooth and steady. So then this hand touches the tools. So whenever you're ready, we will pass it off. Come on over. And I'm going to turn the glory hole down while you practice spinning nice and slow and steady. And it's going to flame up a little bit for a second. Don't worry about it. So whenever you're comfortable with that lift up, go over to the bench, rest on the ledge, open the door, and go sit right up close to your tools. You got it? Cool. You want to practice again? Worth a try, right? So spin nice and slow and steady, and then lift up, rest on the bench, open the door, sit right up close to your tools. So this hand rolls, and this hand doesn't touch right here. Cool. So we start practicing everything in clear. Clear is a little bit easier. Different colors are made out of different heavy metals, and they have different reactants to the heat, so they get hot faster or cold faster. The clear, also, we can recycle if we mess up. So when we're learning something, we try it in clear first, and then we go with color. So the way we do things here is we do a demo. You watch, you can ask questions. If you want to see the demo again, I'm glad to do it again. If you're ready to try, then you can try. Okay? See that shadow right there? So we'll do a nice circle in the pool. Come up level, slide your left hand down, and come on up and out. Beautiful. So you're holding it up a little, hold it parallel. So ready? Let's go back in again and do that exact same thing. So come on over, rest on the ledge, move your hands to the back. See that shadow? So do a nice circle in the pool. Come up level, slide your left hand down, and get on out of that heat. So we're spinning nice and slow, and we're holding parallel. So let's come on over to the Marver. We're going to hold it straight up and down. We're going to give it a squish. So give it a squish and a spin. Perfect. So I'm going to show you this nice device called the pipe cooler. So we're going to rest across it. And we're going to start really close, and this is the trigger, and we're going to feel it. So we can slowly pull closer to the hot glass, and we'll make sure that it's cool as it goes down. We don't want to start right in the middle, because then we're shocking it right in the middle of the hot part, and we're bending the rod. So you see that high point, we're going to let it fall, and spin and let it fall. Rest on the ledge, open the door. And we're not going to grab up really close. Around in a circle. Yeah? So come on over here so you can see what's happening. The more you watch, the more you learn. So once you go around once, start pulling out diagonally. So all this glass up here we haven't touched yet, and it's hot and ready to move. We just got to coax it out. So why don't you put your tweezers down and grab your diamond shears. And we're going to make a little cut mark right where that rod ends. Yep. Squeeze, lift up, turn. Squeeze, lift up, turn. Okay, let's put our diamond shears down. And we're not going to grab up really close. And we're going to go see Mom over there at the box. See that shadow? So we're in the pool. Come up level, slide your left hand down, and come on up and out. Beautiful. So we're going to let this cool way down, and we'll go back in again. Ready? Let's go back in again. So do just what you did before. Yeah. So we're in the pool. Do a nice big circle. Come up level, slide your left hand down, and come on up and out. Beautiful. Let's go over the Marver. Give it a squish and a spin. And so let's come back up and make sure not to hold too close. So why don't you come on out? Rest on the bench, open the door and let yourself in. And grab your tweezers. No, yep, perfect. Now you can pull straight out, and you can let gravity help you a little bit if you hold it down. You want to leave it straight or put a loopy in it?
I'll leave it straight.
Okay. Perfect. So let's put your diamond shears down. And carefully, come on up and over here. So come on over, rest on the ledge, move your hands to the back, yep. See that shadow? And we're in the pool. Come up level, slide your left hand down to me, and come on up and out. Beautiful. Do a nice circle in the pool. Come on level. Slide your left hand down and come on up and out. And let's come over to the Marver. We're going to hold it straight up and down without grabbing too close. And give it a squish and a spin. You see that high point? So we're going to let it fall and spin and let it fall. And start pulling out diagonally. I'm just reaching over you. I'll give you a little help. Yeah. So now can we pull straight out together? Grab one side, I'll grab the other. We'll get this stem. You want to leave your stem straight or put a loopy in it?
Loopy.
All right, go for it. You got a nice little one? Yeah. Beautiful. It's getting bigger. Keep going, and stop. Perfect. Let's come on up. And let's go heat it up in the glory hole. Let's go in for a gather. So gather just the same as before. Come on over. Rest on the ledge. Move your hands to the back. Yeah, see that shadow? We're in the pool. Do a nice circle. Come on up level. Slide your left hand down and get on up and out. So lift up. Perfect. Keep spinning. Beautiful. So see how you're holding it with the end of your body? If you hold it with the center of your body, it'll be easier. Yep. Put your back hand down low. So you got baby bubble. It's getting bigger. And stop. Beautiful. So we're going to go get it hot and spin and let it fall. Can you come sit for me, Mom? Can you sit? Come on out. So grab your jacks and come on up. And let me know if your fingers start burning, okay? Blow. Nope, we're not going to squeeze really tight. Blow light, Mom. Can you help us spin, Mom? Yeah, you grab on. I'm just trying to shield you. Blow a little harder. Harder still. Even harder if you can. And stop. And can we squeeze? Perfect. Let's put our jacks down. Grab our diamond shears. Beautiful. Let's put that in the clear recycle bucket over there. Ready? Let's do it. Yeah, come on level and come on up and out. Beautiful. Let's come to the Marver. Put your back hand down low. And slowly lift that back hand up and keep rolling. Yeah, lift that back hand up a little more. Beautiful. You got a baby bubble and stop. Stop blowing. Beautiful. Let's come on and get it hot. And come on out. Keep spinning. No, so we're not going to squeeze super tight. And we're going to start where that rod ends. Are you rolling? Blow a little harder. A little harder still. And stop, everyone. This is beautiful. So let's grab our diamond shears. Perfect, and don't grab close because this is hot. So you see how our rod ends right here?
Yeah.
That's where our paperweights start.
Okay.
So here you go, and you can mess with it. We're gonna have a nice big paperweight right here. We are. You okay?
Yep.
Did I catch you? Yeah. Yeah. Monster paperweight.
Come back and square up the bottom. Let's round at the top again. Let's get that block a nice dip in the water. Square up the bottom.
Beautiful. What do you think?
Yeah, looks great.
All right.
Squeeze less. So we got plenty of neck on there. Now all we need to do is angle out so we make sure we're off the end of our rod.
So just keep spinning so that it stays nice and on center. You see right there, let it fall. Awesome. Why don't you go ahead over and meet Josh? Just be careful because it's hot up here. And then come up level. Slide your left hand down. Come on up and out. Beautiful. We're going to hang out and go back in again. Come up level. Slide your left hand down. Come on up and out. Yeah. And if you want another color, we'll go get it hot first, and then you can go get the other color. Is what? Yep. So that's the hood, and on that wall is the fan that's sucking out all that heat. But no matter what, it's so hot in here. It's cool, right? Ooh. Yeah, and dip your tweezers in water if they're all sticky. Perfect.
Let's dip this block in water and keep going.
Beautiful. What do you think? You like it? Yeah. So we're gonna cut it next. So let's put that block in water and I'll be right back.
Alright, so we're gonna squeeze so gently, so gently. Alright, straight over.
And if you want, let me see. I'm just gonna flatten this. Yeah.
It's so cute. Look at that face. Look at that face.
Gently round out the tip. Let's go nice and gentle.
Cool.
What do you think? Good.
You wanna cut the neck now? All right. You want me to get it hot again? Oh, we got it.
Alright, that's plenty neck on.
Cool. So you want to grab your block, and we'll round it out again. Yes, right there. Cool. Fix that right up. Beautiful. So you want to put your block down. Just going to sharpen this neckline again for a second. So let's grab your diamond shears. And you can put your diamond shears down. And come on over to Josh.